to the New Code Facebook show. I am Karina Stewart, and I'm a soul wealth coach. I help you to tap into your soul's frequency so that you can activate your wealth and create a spiritually conscious business, what I call an empire of light. And I'm super excited to be with you this morning. I have a message that, I come back to over and over again as a soul wealth coach and working with spiritually conscious entrepreneurs, which is about money and, why making money matters, particularly as a spiritually conscious entrepreneur. Many of you, as you have, become more conscious about, your own spiritual journey and following a path of meaning and purpose in your life and creating a business that holds that vibration, that frequency. Often money ends up becoming kind of like on the back burner because we're so driven by purpose and we're so driven by being of service and making a difference that we would do it even if it wasn't for the money, which is, what makes you, ingenuous, in your heart and a generous soul. And so, I get that for years and years, this is how I was, which is, I, on the one hand, wanted to make money in my business because, money is a thing here on earth and in our lives, and we require it. So there was that. And at the same time, it wasn't necessarily of high importance to me. And instead, it felt more like something that was my adversary, almost like something I was trying to catch and I was trying to capture, momentarily in order to, pay rent or take care of something that was showing up financially. And it was after I had my near-death experience. I mean, really, it started before then because I did start to work on the new money matrix and this new consciousness of wealth before then. But it was like after I had my near-death experience giving birth to my son that the door officially was closed on the old money matrix where I was chasing money or believing that money was a limited source or feeling it was a struggle. And after that moment, that event in my life, what I received, and some of you may know this story, but I received the awareness that our hearts, your heart, my heart, is the new bank account. It is our bank account. And so any sort of thinking that money is not on my side and money is not a part of my existence, like intimately and actually in a very integrated, unified way with my soul, I couldn't tolerate it anymore because it just wasn't true. It was false, which meant I had to get really serious about making money because otherwise I wasn't actually serving my soul. And so I remind myself of that if I find myself in limited thinking again, where those inner kind of critic and saboteur voices can show up and start to create doubt, start to create fear around abundance, around being provided for. And I take that on now really quickly because I know, and this is the point I'm getting at, I know that it means that some energy that either I've allowed or has come in from the outside or it's within me, but ultimately I am tolerating, is trying to sabotage my soul work, trying to sabotage the impact that I can have as a spiritually conscious entrepreneur. So I take that on really fast. Because here's the deal, money is you. You are money. In the new money matrix, money is encoded. It operates through a frequency of infinity. And you, as an evolving soul that is becoming more and more soul embodied and leading a business that is alive, it's organic, it is a conscious body. That is what an empire of light is. Okay, as a conscious body, you must, it's actually your responsibility as a CEO, as a spiritually conscious CEO, to know that the energy of money matters inside your business and inside your life and inside your bank account. And so it is your job. I say this all the time to my clients. It is actually your job to make money. Because as you create that, first of all, just setting the intention, right? Every week I set an intention for cash flow. I am setting also an intention with that of my spiritual growth. All right. Your increase in money is connected intimately, right? Just imagine the infinity symbol, one side being money, one side being your spiritual growth. When you set the intention to create a certain amount of money, you are locking that in. You are locking that in with a relationship to your soul, and to you're saying to your soul, grow me, stretch me, expand my consciousness, and remove from me any shadow, darkness, saboteur energy, right? Which can really, really grow if you feed it like a, like a demon inside of yourself. To remove it from me, soul, remove it from me so that I can do my work, and I can do my best work, and I can serve at the highest level of my being. And so making money deeply matters to a spiritually conscious entrepreneur because it will expand your light. It will expand your frequency. And, as awakening humans, we're living in a time on planet Earth where we desire and are craving an awake and an alive life that is full of meaning and purpose, and to be centered on our calling, right? Nothing short of that now is actually accepted by you, because anything short of that means you're actually living a mediocre life. You're not living up to your purpose, and you're falling asleep. You're going either back to sleep, or you're allowing yourself to stay asleep and really caught in the old matrix of, I'll be blunt, like being a sheep, just going back to having no control over your money, no control over your life, no control, right? And deferring your power to a consciousness that is not yours. That is not yours. It's certainly not soul created. So, I want to get into a little bit of the details of what happens when you begin to make money from your soul's frequency, that soul's wealth that exists within you, and you claim money to be on your team. And it simply can just begin with that, like, money is on my team. I am money. Money is me. I am that I am that I am that I am, right? And adding a flow and a currency of money to that. Well, then money becomes like a spiritual protector. It becomes a spiritual protector. It really, and I'm just thinking of this now, I went through, and some of you know this, I went through a really long period, honestly. I mean, sometimes I talk about this 1 year period, but I went through almost a decade of, you can call it the dark night of the soul, but to be honest, it wasn't quite even that, because I knew who I was. I had woken up. It was the struggle to gain the freedom from my soul, right? My soul was still imprisoned by energetic forces that were attacking my life, attacking all aspects of my business. And I'm not going to go too deep into that whole minefield right now, but the point is, I remember, the year when I started to gain safe haven, when I see it as, my God avatar self, which is connected to the God designed universe, connected to the embodiment of God, the movement of God, through all that exists, moved me into safe haven. And what that meant was actually living with my in-laws for almost 6 months. And I found out I was pregnant with my second child, unexpectedly. And it seemed from the outside like a lot of things were not working out. And it actually turned out that myself and my husband and my daughter and I were being given protection. And that is when this other guidance started to awaken in me from my soul that said, start to track your money, start tracking it. And I actually encourage all of you to do this. I do this now, more professionally in my business, but at the time I didn't even have an accountant. I certainly didn't have a accounts manager like I have today, who tracks our money coming in and out every single day. But at the time it was just track your money. And so I created a spreadsheet, and I think I just did it weekly. It was like every week, every Friday, I looked forward to it, and I would add up how much I had created. And then I was doing things like a monthly energetic activation call. I had products that I was selling online, my essences. I had activations in an online store that you could download. I still do. newhumanitystore.com if you want to check it out. And I would do individual private session work. I had coaching clients. I was a lot of spiritually conscious entrepreneurs that I was doing a little bit of a lot of things, and not making such great money, because I was doing a little bit of a lot of things, which you will never make a lot of money when when you structure your business that way. You want to get into having one core offer that is has high value, high transformation to it, high potency, and that will actually create great cash flow inside a spiritually conscious business. But I started to track it. I put it on an Excel sheet and I would look at it. And I remember, so there was in keep in mind too, this is like I was essentially, I was coming off of a maternity leave with my daughter, so I was just getting started again and had been through a lot. And when I tracked it, I discovered that I for 6 months in a row I made $1,000 a month in my business. That seemed huge. I was doing it essentially part time, barely part time, a few hours. I think I was teaching one class a week and then one a month and selling some products. So I wasn't putting tons of time into it, but I remember what struck me was the consistency. I said, oh my God, look at that. Because this guidance was telling me that I could consistently create cash from my soul-based business, that I could do this. And it was astounding to me what happened when I began to track it. And what I noticed was then there started to be movement inside my personal life. We were looking to get out of my in-laws' house. I love them. They've supported us so much, but it is not my home and it's not my frequency. And we were a family, with children and pregnant, and we were looking for our home. And it's really, and it happened. We found our home in an instant. It happened so quick. And I know it's because I was building up this frequency of money around me. Money becomes a protector. It becomes a protector for influencers, transformational leaders that are encoded with the new consciousness. I call it, the new conscious of the consciousness of the new humanity. And those of you who have found me, you're a part of that. You're encoded to bring that through. But the reason that money has been such a struggle, quite possibly for you, if it's been a struggle, so I'll put it this way: if it has been a struggle for you, then the reason it has been is that money is a weak point in your energetic field, and you haven't taken it seriously as a space to strengthen your energetic container and ultimately strengthen your light around you, which creates light body activation and more awakening within you. And so when you use money as a tool, a spiritual tool, and even as a spiritual tool, meaning like spiritual warfare, okay, if you're someone who is really sensitive and you deal with some sort of, challenges like I went through, where you are attacked, and that word doesn't resonate inside of me, so I hesitate to use that because I don't want to scare any of you, but I just mean like you're targeted. That word is better. It's like you're targeted because of what you share and what you hold as a new frequency for the planet. And you will be targeted because of that, because you're a new code in an old code matrix. In order to protect yourself, you must start making great money. You must start taking seriously your business and your offer to the world and your service to the world, and really taking yourself on as a CEO. And then you gain the opportunity to enter into a higher frequency matrix, which is the new money matrix. And when you step into the new money matrix, money shifts. It's just different. It doesn't carry the limitations and enslavement consciousness that is a part of the old money paradigm. So I hope this is helping you guys see the choices that you get to make, and of course to understand the importance of making money. I talk to so many entrepreneurs every day that are really caught in, I will say, just not making it a priority, not making money a priority inside their businesses. So you're not charging enough. You don't believe that you can. You're allowing a lot of your own thinking to get in the way, which is a saboteur that's really stopping your soul work. And I hate to break this to you. Well, actually, I do like to break it to you, but I'm going to break it to you, which is that if you're not charging enough for your soul work, you're really not doing the greatest service to your soul work, and you're not doing the greatest service to your clients either, because you're limiting their growth. You're limiting their capability to expand to the level that they can. And it is my mission to create this transfer of money to the light, which is so that spiritually conscious entrepreneurs, that not only can you grow meaning and purpose in your life, but you're thriving in such a big way that we no longer have a money conversation. Like that's my goal, that it just stops. It just stops. And I know that's going to happen because, in my own blueprint, in the year 2020, I'm moving out of that money conversation, meaning like my work is going to shift to even higher level teaching, where I'm going to be being able to share with you guys beyond the money limitation conversation, which I'm super excited about. But it also means that, it's time. It's time to stop making it a big deal and just take care of it. Just take care of, like, own the fact that you're still on repeat about having a money conversation, that you're not making enough money, that you're not, that you have hangups about it, whatever it is for you, where money is still like a thing versus money actually being a part of your soul. Okay. So, and maybe you're having a soul conversation where you're still hung up on, whether or not you want to step into your purpose. And that's why you have a money issue, right? Because it goes hand in hand. All right, you guys. Well, I hope this helped you. Super curious what you heard, what you got. What is your biggest takeaway, your biggest light bulb moment here? Put that right here in the chat. Let me know. I'll come back and check it out and read it. And start tracking your money. It's a Monday, create a spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet, or in a notebook if that's how you want to do it. Put the dates on it for the next 30 days. And, maybe every Monday or every Friday, you decide, maybe every Sunday night, look at how much money you created. And then notice what happens as you track your money, because when you make what you track means you're making it a priority. It means you value it. If you're not tracking it, then you're not valuing it and you're not making it a priority. And so it can't be on your team and it can't show up for you. Okay. So do that and then see what starts to happen for you spiritually, as you personally grow and transform, and noticing what happens when you set these goals of what you want to create cash wise inside your business. All right, you guys, love you all. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next week on the New Coach Show.